What's up guys, it's Jero Cars and welcome back to another video. Now for today's video, we're going to be actually upstairs in my garage working on the Mach 1, but I want to make a little intro to this video before we get into it. So basically the Mach 1 hasn't really been running 100% lately. It hasn't been like anything super bad or anything, but I think it needs a little bit of a tune-up, and I thought why not instead of taking it to a shop and having them do it, why not just do the basic stuff myself and then take it into their hands for the big stuff. So yeah, basically what's going on with the Mach is that I wrote it all down here to make sure I don't forget anything. One is that the engine is shaking. Two is that there's lack of power, not like a huge difference, but I can feel that it's definitely a little bit slower. Three is that it has a really rough idle, so sometimes it's dropping really low and then coming back up, or I push the clutch in, even at times it sometimes dies all the way. Four, there's a really high fuel consumption in it. It just drains through fuel like no other, which is partially why I did the air filter. And then the last thing is just that the spark plugs have not been changed in a long time, and that is actually what we're going to be doing today. So I've got myself some Motorcraft spark plugs, and I pre-gapped them and everything like that, so I have them gapped for the video. I think it was like 0.54, I believe, if I remember right. I know I gapped them right, but I can't even remember what I did. And then we've got this swivel socket. So this is just so I can get into the engine and have the swivel so that I can actually get in the right spot and be able to pull it out right. And then the biggest thing we got is the torque wrench. I actually never have had one of these, and neither has, well, my dad has had one, but not at our house. So I just went out and got one, a pretty nice one, just so that if we need it in the future, including this project, then I have one. So it's definitely a good investment because we're going to use this a lot. So yeah, I got the torque wrench, I got the spark plugs, and I got the swivel socket. I also got some of this anti-seize grease or whatever they call it. Not sure if I'm going to use this because I read that if you use it, you can over-tighten the spark plugs, and that can be really bad because they're only a 4-thread spark plug. So if you do that, it's going to rip it out or something, and it might be really bad. So yeah, we're just going to not probably use that, but we're going to use this torque wrench, the swivel socket, and the spark plugs. Obviously, we're going to install. Hopefully that fixes it. I read that all of these symptoms can be attributed to needing new spark plugs, and I really don't remember the last time we even ever did the spark plugs in this car. So it definitely is probably overdue. We're going to be doing that today. And yeah, here we go. Also, I'm going to have to talk a little bit quietly because I'm going to be in my garage and my parents are sleeping in the room above me. But hopefully it's an enjoyable video for you guys, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so first things first, we've got all of our tools ready. We've got the wrench to remove the spark plugs. We've got the torque wrench, and we've got our spark plugs and everything ready to go. We've got our compressed air to blow away any of the crap, and let's go. Alright guys, so first thing we've got to do is actually remove the K&N air intake so that we can have more access to the left side of the engine spark plugs. There we go. Alright guys, so now that we've got the hosing off, what we're going to do is actually remove this little cover here. So if we can get a good angle at it. There we go. Other side. Might have to do it from this angle. Okay, that should be loose enough for my hand. Put that there. Now this cover should just pop right off, maybe with a little bit of force. There we go. There she is. So what we're going to do now is remove the ignition coil. So you just push down on this little tab right here and pull this part out. And from there we can just turn the coil, or it might just actually, maybe we'll turn it a little bit, pull that out, and actually, yeah, it just pulls right out. Cool. So there's the ignition coil for the spark plug. So I'm going to put this aside. Next thing I'm going to do, guys, is actually spray out the area with this compressed air, just so that we know there's no particles in there that could actually fall into the cylinder, which would definitely be really bad. Okay, spray the area. So we can get a better angle at that. Should be good. So now comes one of the harder parts, which is actually taking out the spark plug itself. So we're going to go ahead and slide this wrench in there. We've got a magnetic socket, so this should just pop on there and pull right out. There we go. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of force down and just turn this. There we go, we're locked on, and let's turn. And there she goes, baby. Let's go ahead and get this thing loose. Try to go at a straight angle. Okay, so I've got it loose enough where I can actually just turn it with my hand. Magnetic socket should just pull the spark plug right out with it. And there she is, baby. I don't know if you guys can tell, but these spark plugs are completely shot. They're all rusty, and the actual part up there is completely deformed and everything, so it's a good thing that we're replacing them. So here's more close-up shot of that. As you guys can tell, it's just completely gone, man. That is a bad spark plug, so it's a good thing, like I said, that we're replacing these. Let's go. Alright guys, so next thing we're going to do is just put the new spark plug, as you guys can see there. We're going to go ahead and put that into the spark plug hole very carefully. Slide that in there. And once it meets, we can start twisting. Just get it hand tight. Okay, that's pretty good. Like I said, I'm going to be using a torque wrench, guys, so I set this to 11 foot-pounds, which is what this car is rated at for the spark plugs. So we're going to make sure this is on tighten. Okay, it's on tighten. Go ahead and put that in there. Hold that straight on there, and there we go. That's it. And there's no spark plug on there, so that's always a good sign. So now that we've got the spark plug in there, we're just going to reapply the spark plug coil. It should just pop right on there. Okay, it's on there. I think it's on there. Yeah, it's on. And now we can just go ahead and re-snap this bad boy in. Let's see, which way does it go? That way. And that's one down. Number 2, here we go. Unplug the ignition coil, and now pull out the ignition coil. There we go. Set that aside. Again, we're going to go ahead and blow out the area. Try to get a steady angle at it. There we go. Where's our wrench? There it is. Pop that on there. And now we should be able to loosen this guy. What the hell? Alright guys, so actually something just happened that's definitely not good, and that is that this spark plug was extremely loose. It was hand tightened or hand loosened, and it just came right out. So I'm not sure if the actual cylinder head is stripped in there or if this guy just got loose over time, but this one looks just as bad as the other, and hopefully that's not stripped. Something I forgot to mention was I actually already pre-gapped these spark plugs, so they're all gapped and ready to go. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if this thing's stripped or not. Hopefully it was just that the spark plug got loose, and that's why we were having that misfire. Hopefully these aren't stripped. Okay, it sounds or seems pretty good so far. Okay, that is pretty hand tight. Grab our torque wrench. And let's tighten her up. There it is. Pull her out, and no spark plug. So hopefully that wasn't stripped. Hopefully it goes okay, and yeah, I don't think it was stripped. Alrighty, spark plug's in there. Let's go ahead and put the ignition coil right back in. Pop her in there. Go ahead and put the electricity power back into it. Alright guys, so if you can see me finicking around with this, basically the coil, we might need new wires, or at least a new head to this wire, because this is not going back on. I don't know if I broke it on the way off or what, but this is just, it's not going back on, and hopefully we'll still power that spark plug with just the amount of force that I put on it, but it's not clicking in, so that's definitely not a good sign. We might need new wires, but that will be another project, I guess. We're just gonna leave that there. Blow some compressed air in there. Whoa, this one was really loose too, dude. This is not good. All these spark plugs are loose. Spark plug number 3 is out, and wow, that is really deformed. That is bad. This magnetic thing is so nice, dude. I can't even tell you. Let's tighten this bad boy up. There it is. Oh yeah. And hopefully this coil actually stays with the connection on it. Hopefully. There we go. That's the click we were looking for. This is where the swivel socket comes in handy, man, for situations like this. Okay, there we go. Apply the connection. Oh, this one's the same thing. Damn. Alright guys, so now it's time to reapply this engine cover. We can just slap that right on there. Should be lined up. Make sure that's tight. Okay. Well, that one's still loose. Okay, that should be good. Now we're gonna reapply the air intake system. Probably go here first. Alright, so I think I'm gonna actually have to take this guy off and then put it through the tube first. I made that mistake the first time around. Okay, and she's on there, finally. Now I'll go ahead and hook up the throttle body. If we can reach it. Let's go. And we're in. Alright, we're good. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side now. So that is on Titan. There we go. The other side. Okay. Oh dude, look at that V8 32 valve. Here we go. So I'm gonna check and make sure that we're not having the same problem with the ignition coils on this one. Hopefully we're not. Hopefully these all 4 cylinders are good. We'll have to see. I'm actually gonna do this very back one next. It looks like it's really hard to get to, so it might be kind of hard. Oh, this one's on there. Really good. Oh, there we go. Wait, there we go. One more to go. Now, my friends, it is time to put back in this V8 32 valve cover. Let's tighten these up. Okay, there's one. There's 2. And I think we're good. Alright guys, so now that we got everything installed, all the new spark plugs installed, I guess that leaves us with one question. And that is, does she start? So this is a big moment of truth. Hopefully it starts. Got my dirty hands. Gonna hop in the Mach 1, open the garage, and fingers crossed. Oh my god, it feels good to be able to talk loud again. But anyways, guys, as you guys saw, the car started. I took it for a test drive. It ran great. It was awesome. And basically, it actually felt a lot faster. I don't know if it's just me, but I did like a 3rd and 4th gear pull, and it felt really good. And then I did a 1st and 2nd, but it's kind of cold outside, and the tires are cold, so it just broke loose right away, and I just whipped through the RPMs. But 3rd and 4th felt really good. I'll have to wait and see till tomorrow if I can get the tires warm to do a 1st and 2nd gear pull to really see if it made a difference. But as you guys can see, here's one of the old spark plugs, and it is just freaking crappy. Like, this thing's rusty. It's all brown, and the thing's deformed. I'm not sure what it's called. Basically, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this install. I gotta go wash my hands, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. And yeah, stay tuned for these more builds like this, or well, replacements or fixes like this. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.